tonight. But this was really a spectacle of the Never Trump movement. This was a spectacle of the Bernie Sanders supporters in large part, a lot of Hillary supporters out here as well. This was Black Lives Matter. This was a number of different movements all coming together in this sort of Never Trump kind of mentality, trying to take this back. They want a do-over from this election, frankly. And if you looked at it from the air, if we have any video of that, it was an impressive display through the rain, in the cold. They marched all the way from Union Square through Midtown, making a disaster of Midtown traffic. Thousands of people walking up here to Midtown and getting here right outside of Trump Tower. And we want to talk to one of these protesters here, a young lady named Daniela, and she's up here. And let me just ask you, first of all, this is a crowd that's very upset about what happened in the early morning hours. Actually, today, what we figured out from Election Day. What is it that has you so upset?
I think what has me so upset is the fact that, a lot of people feel victimized by Trump, and a lot of people don't understand and don't feel like, that he represents them. That's why they're saying, not my president, not my president, and they reject him as and they
live on Fox News right now, brother.
And they
30 seconds.
And they reject him, and that's the thing. The reason they reject it, they don't believe that he stands for them, and it's created a vacuum for people who do have these racist, sexist, bigot feelings, and it's created a vacuum for them to speak openly about it instead of coming together in love. They've been preaching love. This is the thing.
And I can understand the anger. A lot of people don't understand some of the things he said are very offensive. Who was it that you voted for, if you don't mind asking?
Well, I was a Sanders supporter, but I did vote for Clinton.
You did vote for Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Hillary Clinton had her own.
Hey, Rob, let me ask you a question.
A lot of baggage there too, right? And hang on.
Absolutely, but I feel that. Tell me what politician has never had any kind of baggage? I mean, come on, what politician?
And Sean here wants to ask a question. Sean, go
Rob, I want to. All right, she voted for Hillary. Name 3 specific accomplishments of Hillary in her career that helped the American people.
3.
Okay, Sean wants to know, what are the accomplishments that you saw of Hillary Clinton over the 30 years or so she was in office that actually helped the American people?
Supporter.
Well, when I was a child, I was actually one of the people that benefit from her health care plan. So as a child, I was on that.
Her health care plan never passed.
She benefited from something that never passed.
So I think that was something that was really beneficial to me. I don't know. I don't see her as a person, but
okay. What else? Other than Chip? What else? What did you see? What inspired you to vote for Hillary Clinton, even though you were a Bernie Sanders supporter?
Honestly, I really feel like it's just because if you look at the two, I feel like is more about speaking for people that can't be spoken for instead of that
And the anger out here, you think, is palpable. You could feel it in the air.
Yeah, you could definitely feel it, and I just feel like these people are upset, and they have a right to be upset, and the things that he said is, like I said, it's created a vacuum for people to speak openly about things that really, honestly, instead of teaching tolerance and peace and love, you're teaching hate.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you so much. Very well said. And Sean, obviously tonight, if you watched any of the Kelly Power before your show, a lot of this was good, solid protest. That's the foundation of America.
Ignorance. David, please. This is a woman walking the United States of America.
I'd be a winner.
Is not upset about what the Clinton dynasty has done or the Clinton Foundation. They are like Geraldo Rivera. I think you would do best to ask Haiti. I want to ask these people, I want to understand. You say, well, Trump is really bad. But then when we bring up Hillary, you say, well, people do bad. Well, that's a double standard. This is unmitigated bullshit.
All the pollsters were wrong. They're all mad because he wasn't supposed to win this.
And what? When God got a plan, no one gonna change it. And when there are enough people like me asking God to help us, baby, if you don't see this as God's will,
Dissatisfied, not angry.
then you're too stuck like that dumb woman. And these are dumb women. Women are hurting. They really are. Ask the children.
83% says he can retain 14% can.
Look, it's your responsibility. Like your children, it's your responsibility. Not like a teacher from, you're not going to depend on a teacher like the caliber they have in Everett, Washington. They don't even understand the Constitution. No, no, hell no. These are Bernie supporters. These are Hillary Rodham supporters, of whom they have history of paying for their services. These are violent people. They say massive, right? No, they're not. That's an ABC or a CBS bullshit. That's a CNN bullshit. This will continue. His presidency will be marred by people of this caliber who call themselves Americans. Orville.
He's for the. He's for to stop the violence. Stop
We're
the risk.
how much? $20 trillion in debt.
He's gonna make an executive order tomorrow.
It's like you don't have the money for the petrol to go to the store, to the government program. But you're living it up like you do. $20 trillion in debt, Americans. I want you to talk to your children out there in the rain and the cold. I want you to talk to your children. $20 trillion in debt, baby. What does that tell you? And what is the growth of our national product? 28 million fucking dollars in debt, baby.
He's saying these people need to be grateful to a president. They have President Obama and not President Clinton.
It won't stop. Soon I can turn it off and just throw him into a fit.
Philadelphia.
This is my job, and I will continue to say it. Even after he gone. It'll be my job. Unlike you, I will grow. No, not no, but hell no. $28 trillion in debt, Gomers. Small business burden, as are Americans, with double-digit premiums, and you can choose your doctor. I'm going to see more tomorrow morning. I'll show them the fuck on the recording. I'm seeing Nurse Ratchet. They got her picture right in front of you. Come in the door. Oh my God, run. Surprise. Let's see what whore and her baby girl will be out there tomorrow. Nothing. Took him how many months to remember what I knew when it happened? I remember he did do it on me. Well, really, Gomer? That little nigger girl? Seven Sorrows, her mother has the children in Aberdeen. getting 7 welfare for 7 children. She working at specialty grab, earning a good money as the lead person, and selling dope, and giving kites to the married straight truck driver. Took him how long to know what I already knew? Maybe stupid, you ought to listen to what I say. No. This isn't just us, baby. I heard it right there. Tom Jensen.
3,600 people are murdered.
Tom Jensen, CEO, the Nazi, you know. Easy Bake Ovens of Gray Harbor Community Hospital. I hear they're skilled, but they're deadly little vipers. They even can't even take down the name of the prescription from the bottles. They too busy being a nurse ratchet. Savage, right there, I had homeless people tell me, oh yes, Tom Jensen's just like any other white nigga. That Nazi son of a bitch is like George Jones. We let you sleep on our lobby. But you be up before that white woman in that pink outfit. Slopping her bucket. Because she'll wake you up. You get out of there. It don't look right. We're a hospital. We kill people here. Suffice. I do detest him, I promise. That he hasn't walked what he normally walks, then people get tired of him. Because I'm a god. I move forward with all speed. I gotta get this goddamn divorce. It shouldn't be rocket science. God dang it, I feel the waiver. You got a question, I got the answer. What seems to be the issue? Is it a coding issue? Just goddamn you want more money. Well, I got a waiver and I want my motherfucking divorce. You can't seem to give me decent shelter. Then when we report the harm, the fire trap, we send us these goddamn queers like James Phillips, a Department of Health. Oh, what kind of crack of shit is that? Then some bitch, you go to your city. I said, what? That Gomer was freaking out. Ask the queer. I was just stunned. He said, you go to your, I said, and you just telling me this shit? I already went there. Another queer there told me no. Go to the health department. Well, somebody's quoting somebody's bullshit. Anyway, look at this. Oh, anti-Trump protesters underway in several cities.
Chicago,
Well,
Washington, Philadelphia.
How many
They've only shown 3 of them.
were involved in this type of behavior? In Los Angeles, they got them little Mexicans tearing up my Bill of Rights. You lucky I didn't bring in a motherfucking Twilight. You third world motherfucker. Before you tear a piece of paper, you better learn how to read it.
Look at that.
And what? Look at me, ain't that nothing. I've been to demonstrations bigger than that and for a greater purpose. Survives. No. This kind of riffraff must be addressed. As long as they stay within the boundaries of the Constitution, we leave you the fuck alone. But you start throwing your bottles or your bullshit or your whatever,
Arrest them all.
we're going to arrest you. And apparently you're hard of learning. We're going to keep y'all for a while. You can clean up the mess you fucked up. America. It's one thing to say, this is what I believe. But it's another fucking thing to say you believe what I believe, or else I tear up your community, your state, your country. These motherfuckers, they want violence. America, I don't know about y'all, but I'm too old for fucking violence. I'm too old for this shit. These people, here Gomer Paul. Anyway, no, we don't need no more motherfucking violence. We're already a violent country. And it's not because of a gun. You blame everything but what is. It's not the gun, Gomer. It's you. You subtract you, and you leave that gun alone, it's gonna be there when we need it. Anyway, no, these are the people that were inciting mayhem before. Their logic has no basis. There is no foundation because their response is when you take their blame. Trump, all the way he treated women, and then you turn it around to the Clintons. Well, nobody's perfect. Well, bitch, you ain't that broad. You rhetoric and bullshit is okay for your kind of people. Y'all out there in the how cold it is. You ain't telling me there's no homeless where you at in Philadelphia? Surprise. No. Not no, but no. You people want everything for free. And apparently not too many, because there's not a big demonstrations out there. I'm sure y'all can get some more. Get the funding.
But why he gotta be like that on
For the super PAC. Anyway, no. You won't give him a chance. That's your loss. You won't participate in his plan. It's over for you. Because, baby, we not only needed to be at the ballot box, we got to be at the ka-ching, our tax dollar box. We got to see how they're spending the money. And you see these construction sites like in California, where the Korean, South Korean, is buying more stuff than he needs. And the Mexicans are doing the same. And you see that shit going out of there. Y'all need to go down to them goddamn metal places and see how much of our tax dollars are going out of there. We're talking big ka-ching. You don't got recycling in Washington. Government already stole that. Incredible. Suffice. Look at this. They don't understand. Laura Ingram, you look beautiful. Dallas, Texas.
Trump can never win the presidency. Our friend Eric Erickson, I just invited him from Red State. I'm sorry, but I do think it's not gloating. It's a realization that the forgotten people, as you described so aptly, have looked for a champion. Not someone who's perfect, but someone who they know when push comes to shove will fight for them. First, fight for their interests, fight for their future, fight for their children. And they found that person in Donald Trump, and they found it on the issues of trade, of globalization, of borders, of Obamacare. And as you pointed out, Sean, calling out the politically correct verbiage that is propagated on college campuses. A lot of the protesters that you're seeing tonight with their foul language and their disrespect, they embody what is being taught on college campuses: illogical thinking, poor grammar,
bromides, cliches. There's no real substance. It's just an emotion. Everyone's emoting tonight. And as my deceased mother would have said, suck it up, Buttercup. It's not fun to lose, but not everybody gets a trophy. That's another false.
Not
false
everybody gets a fucking
culture. So Trump
trophy.
held up a mirror to all these failures.
Do you want it or not? Do you want it?
It was invigorating.
Do you want it?
We didn't know how
Do
it
you
was
want
going
it?
to end, but we thought that
Do you want
if
it?
these issues were put forward in a really bold way, he'd have a fighting chance against the Clintons, frankly,
Do
the
you want
Bushes,
it?
Hollywood,
How do you want it?
academia, and some of the GOP establishment here in Washington, D.C., and along with Hillary and all of her henchmen. And by golly, he did it. And I think we should learn a lot about just what
You gotta
people
pity him.
generally want, which is just a chance at a better life and less government.
Those people are suffering needlessly, and they've been suffering for a long time. And, you know, when you think of how bad things got in the last 8 years, nobody seemed to want to talk about that. You're right. Donald Trump went up against the Republican establishment, the Democratic establishment, the media establishment, the globalist establishment. You know, Brett Baer, they asked me to call in last night, so I called in, and he asked me,
I
well,
saw that.
how is Donald Trump going to deal with House Republicans and Democrats? And I said, I don't think that's the question. I think it's how are they going to deal with him?
Amen.
He will set the agenda.
Yeah.
He will
has
set the
mandate,
agenda.
not those people that in part created the opening for him, I would argue.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, he's the one who was elected. He's the one who took the slings and arrows of the Democrats, again, the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obamas, all the Hollywood elites who like to campaign every 4 years for the Democratic nominee. He took that, he dished it out, but he also took it. And now is a time for those in Congress who haven't, didn't really have a light bulb on this until recently, to stand up and say, we hear you people, we hear the people of the country, we hear your concerns, and we're going to work tirelessly for your benefit, not for just the Chamber of Commerce or the Business Roundtable or for the big donors, but for the workaday person who sometimes has to, work at night or work 2 or 3 jobs just to get by. And if as long as Donald Trump does that, and as he expands the understanding of what he's trying to do, this populist appeal, I think he should continue to push into inner city America. He shouldn't do what Bush did oftentimes, which is to write off the people. And Romney did that with a 47% comment. Don't write off any of America. Go into those inner cities. Continue to do that. Push into the Latino community, the Black community. You bumped up the returns among Latinos and Blacks 2% in each category. That's not bad, considering how he was vilified by the press for what he believed and what he said. So I think there's an enormous growth potential, both for the economy, Sean, and also for this populist message that a lot of those kids that are running around New York and Portland, Oregon tonight, they don't really understand. They've never been taught it in college campuses, and they certainly haven't been taught it at home, most likely.
I think one of the more underreported platforms of Trump was his New Deal with Black America and African Americans, and that is that we're going to make your community safer, we're going to fix your schools, and we're going to create economic zones where people can obviously benefit. If he's successful in enticing multinational corporations by giving us one of the lowest tax rates in the industrialized world, and he allows the repatriation of trillions that companies won't bring in because of the high tax rate, what if he incentivized them even further to go into those communities that have been hit hardest with the highest unemployment numbers and where kids can't get summer jobs? And wouldn't that be helpful and show Republicans do care about Americans working, regardless of race, creed, color, background?
Right. Sean, you're right. Results matter. And he won, even though the kids in the street don't really like it. They want to cause trouble. I get that. But he won, and now it's time to implement this agenda. We know the old ways haven't worked. We piled up debt. You've cataloged this, by the way, better than anyone on television, night after night after night. What these failed ideas have done to middle-class Americans, people just entering the workforce, young people right out of college, you've cataloged it. It's devastating. These policies do not work. We have to try new policies. Trump campaigned on that. I hope everybody in Congress on the Republican side stands with him instead of fighting him. I mean, they didn't fight Obama on a lot of things. They shouldn't fight Trump on the issues that propelled him into the presidency. I hope we don't see that. because we certainly didn't see that gusto in trying to roll back these executive orders of Obama or defund the Planned Parenthood. So I hope they certainly stand with him on these issues that you've hit every night.
I think with the lower tax rates, Reagan did it, John F. Kennedy did it. Add to that a push towards energy independence, the Keystone Pipeline, fracking, natural gas, drilling, oil.
Yeah, the new trade deals. Trade deals.
Yeah, free and fair.
I mean, it's this is an amazing country with magnificent people who want to work. They don't want to be slaves to the government. And if he implements this agenda, this will be a renaissance across America. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. But he's got to resist the idea of like going into your cocoon. Keep doing what he did in Detroit and all across this country that drove the left crazy, Sean. Now you know why it drove the left crazy. Because he's getting into their territory that they've dominated for so long. I'm very excited about the potential.
I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of work to do. There's no doubt about it. A lot of Republicans will have to get on board or get out of the way. Laura, good to see you. Thank you.
Exactly.
Coming up, we'll continue to monitor all these anti-Trump Trump protests.
America. At one time, I didn't like Laura Ingraham. I didn't like what she said. Oh, I didn't like Donald Trump. But I grew up. I was old, but I grew up. What we started with is not what we're going to end with, and that starts with thought and experience. That's live. I'm going to upload this to Taste Like Forever. No, this, what we're seeing now, is fodder for ABC, MSNBC, CNN. How is Donna Brazile? That is Black America. Or more would have showed them to the polls and tried something new to make America great. Their America. Because everybody got, I make America great. Well, there's no hope in that. Because as long as your America is okay, you forget about the America that is not okay. And it's not rocket science. No, it's not. You see a child suffering. It's not rocket science. And this is our country. This is our country. I still don't understand how can immigrants who didn't suffer as we did know to love a country much as our flag or a constitution, much less Bill of Rights. They use our laws against us. I've seen this in the ballot. Goddamn motherfucker from India. Couldn't even speak the language. Right away. You racist. Kiss my nigga ass. I'll be your racist. This is my country. You know what I mean? This is my country. I love it. I care. It's my country. You call it white, black, whatever the fuck you want. But it's my country. And if you don't like it, that's your free will. But you won't take away my constitutional rights. Finally, I got a little time to catch up, do a lot of catch up. Because it does take work. It takes time to walk your salt, mine, others. Your crime has surpassed humanity. You have no God. You have no slaughtered lamb. You are past the flame. You are abomination in patriotism. For your audacious egos reflect a greed that has rude corruptions that are rule of land, law of land. I see no hope. You could clone 45th President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, 7 times 9. But it's still going to take you to look in the mirror and say, is this good? Is this bad? Very simple. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it truth? Is it lies? What does it hurt? It hurts you. For you are the one that allowed this treason not only to God and country, but to humanity. Immigration started this country, melting pot. Well, the ingredient is rotten. It's like a Harry of the surf spray. India. Like a sealed Juan V. of the Cranberry. The roux is rancid. It's about 32 fucking minutes. No, America, it's time for y'all to understand, and you understand it. It's not rocket science. You know, baby, it's up to you to either make a good pot of beans or to let it slide. I'll do it next time. It's up to you whether you're going to drain the swamp, bring in a nice lake. It's up to you. And it starts so simple. It starts in your neighborhood. You know the mean kids you got in there. God dang it, I know it's not their fault. But fuck, it's not my fault don't mean I'm going to let you kill my other children. The gang shit got to stop. It got to go. It's got to be the end. Goodbye. And it's not racist. It's not mean. It's not hateful. It's not nothing. It's the law of the land. You murder, you die. I don't give a fuck about them bleeding hearts. You murder, you die. You rape, you die. We pull $20 trillion in debt. And we got to do what for the millenniums? Pay your goddamn school bills? Incredible. Look at this. No, they start to loot, aim, and shoot. That bullshit. You're not fighting for the homeless. You're not fighting to make something better. You're fighting because your feelings are hurt. Well, motherfuckers live my life and you know about hurt feelings. You get over it. You grow. Incredible. Little girl saying she wanted a woman in the house as president. Good example. Girl, where's your mama? Señora, ¿quién le dio consejos a esa niña? Que ella piensa que la señora Hillary Clinton es señora honrada, mucho menos mujer en modelo, que una niña quiera ser como ella. Qué pendejera. ¿Qué es el consejo, madre? Abuela, ¿qué es el consejo a esa niña que ella dice? Hillary Rodham Clinton. Dios que los perdone. La culpa es de ustedes.